Let's bring in CNBC senior contributor Ron Insana for more on this. Ron, Musk is already the world's richest man.
About $500 billion.
Now he could soon become the first trillionaire. Just how unprecedented is this compensation package?
Well, we've never seen anything like it on it. And if you look at, what it means if he were to achieve the goals, which are quite lofty, by the way, the market value of Tesla would have to reach $8.5 trillion for him to get the $1 trillion additional
So that's up
stock.
from what currently?
That's up. So he's worth about $500 billion now. So he would own 25% of the company. If they did reach that mark, he would then be worth over $2 trillion, which would put him in the top 20 countries of the world in GDP terms, right? He would be larger than most nations on the planet in terms of his economic value. So, yeah, it's unprecedented. Interestingly, Bill Gates, if he had held on to all his Microsoft stock since day one, he would have been a trillionaire last year.
Oh, wow.
But he gave it to his foundation. And so he's worth a couple $100 billion. But Musk, and this compensation package and everything that they're trying to do, from selling more electric vehicles to creating humanoid robots to artificial intelligence to autonomous vehicles, all of that is part of the package and the requirements that he needs to meet to get that extra $1 trillion worth of stock.
We'll see if he is successful there.
Correct.
But as
Yeah.
he lines up this big payday, you have everyday Americans who don't have such an economic rosy picture here. You have household debt that just hit a record high of over $18 trillion. A new report this week showing job cuts in October were the worst in 22 years. The National Retail Federation said holiday hiring for retailers will now hit the lowest level since the Great Recession.
Yeah.
What do you make of all that?
We have a very mixed economy. I mean, and you can see this in kind of the inequality statistics, the so-called K-shaped economy. Moody's put out a number yesterday that the top 20% of all wage earners in the United States account for about 63% of all spending that's being done.
Wow.
So you have this concentration at the top, and then you have, with people struggling now, not even receiving their SNAP benefits, even though a court told President Trump to reinstate them. You have people who are in middle income or lower income groups not keeping up with inflation, spending less, and it's really the top of the economy that's doing well, and the bottom and the middle and the bottom that's really, really struggling, which makes this, Tesla Musk agreement, in a certain sense, even though they're not really related, all the more egregious,
right,
because it just points up the inequality that we see in the economy right now.
We've been talking a lot this week about people struggling to put food on the table. The president was touting yesterday Walmart's new Thanksgiving meal bundle and how it's cheaper this year. Take a listen.
Under the Biden administration, Thanksgiving meal, a Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings, cost 25% more. In other words, our Thanksgiving this year coming up will cost 25% less than sleepy Joe Biden's. Now, to me, that's better than anything there is.
Okay, guys, here's the deal. Yes, it's cheaper, but it has less stuff in it this year. This bundle doesn't have onions, celery, sweet potatoes, chicken broth, poultry seasoning, muffin mix, marshmallows, whipped topping, or pecan pie. All of that was included in that basket in 2024. So, Ron, what is the reality when it comes to grocery prices right now?
They're up versus last year. And, it's interesting. I've had this conversation with my wife over the last couple of weeks. There are some places, I hate to drop company names, Aldi has been, extremely affordable relative to other supermarkets, but grocery prices are definitely higher than they were. A couple of weeks ago, she came home with a single bag of groceries, no meat, and it was $75. Wow. And she was like, we've not seen this before. And you hear this across the country. The grocery prices, on average, are still considerably higher than they were a year ago. The basket that you talked about and rightly pointed out doesn't contain the same ingredients that last year's basket did. Walmart didn't comment on that story, by the way, that pointed out the differences between the two baskets. Inflation is still higher than it was a year ago. It's creeping higher in certain sectors. The tariffs don't help. And so when the president talks about the economy, he's not being truthful in a lot of different ways, whether it's the effect of the tariffs or whether prices are down relative to last year. They simply aren't.
Well, Ron Insana, thanks for bringing us that fact check. Appreciate you.